Hello everyone.
سلام ادب و احترام دارم خدمت همه شما کاربران محترم وبسایت دکتر بایوس.
This is another video of basic electronics which is about relays.
امروز در رابطه با مبحث رله میخوایم با شما صحبت کنیم.
In short, relay is an electronic element that has two isolated sides. And by applying low voltage to the primary side, we can connect or disconnect secondary side of relay. The connection and disconnection can be done by a key and primary side direction, or can be done by sensors, in a way that environmental changes such as temperature or voltage change, and even applying voltage to primary side, can connect or disconnect the secondary side. But why do we use relays? In this simple circuit, there is a key that tolerates milliampere current, but we need to connect it to voltage provider, for example AC power or a battery, and turn on the bulb using the voltage provider. AC power is the voltage provider in this circuit, and the bulb that's used here is a 200-watt bulb. Clearly we can't use this key that can only tolerate low current in direction of the circuit. What's the reason? Because by pressing the key and letting current flow in the circuit, as this key has low current tolerance, so after applying voltage to the circuit, key and even the circuit might burn. This is where relays come in handy, and the problem can be solved by placing relay in key direction. I'll tell you how to place it in the following. For the next example, let's imagine there is a water pump, and its working voltage is 220 volt AC, and we need to control the water pump, so that if water of swimming pool reaches a certain level, water pump turns off, and if water decreases, water pump turns on. To be able to control the water pump, we use a controller. We can use a microcontroller for that purpose. But the thing is that microcontrollers have low voltages, around 5 volt DC, and we obviously can't connect 220 volt AC to microcontroller to control, command the water pump. This is where relays come in handy. Microcontroller applies very low voltage to primary side of the relay, and it will connect movable contacts of the secondary side, and makes the water pump to perform as expected. There are several types of relays, and they are divided into two categories: electromechanical relay or EMR, which has a mechanical part, and SSR relay, which is made of electronic components and doesn't have a mechanical part. I'll analyze both of these relays in the following. I'll start with the EMR relay. Before analyzing the function of electromechanical relay or EMR, let me tell you what solenoid is. Solenoid is in fact an inductor, and as I mentioned on inductor video, by applying voltage to two sides of an inductor, electromagnetic force gets created in it, and this feature is the basis of EMR relay function. In fact, by using this feature of inductor, and by applying voltage to two sides of inductor, movable armature will move towards the inductor. As I said, EMR relay has two sides, primary side and secondary side. The primary side is made of an inductor. As you see, by applying voltage to two sides of the inductor, electromagnetic force will be created in it. And this feature causes this movable armature to be dragged towards the inductor. The secondary side is made of one or more movable contacts. Secondary side is placed in the path of AC voltage and a light bulb, as you see in the picture. By applying voltage to primary side, movable armature moves towards the inductor and causes the movable contact pins to hit each other. And current will flow in secondary side and the bulb will turn on. As you see in the picture, I applied voltage to pins of primary side, which is an inductor. This makes the movable armature move, which was like this at first, which was previously here, and go towards the inductor. This causes movable contact pins to hit each other because of the relay mechanism, and also causes the secondary side of the circuit to be completed, and the bulb to turn on. I opened a relay to analyze it for you, and to show its function. As you see in the picture, this is the primary side of relay and there is an inductor here. And voltage can be applied to the inductor using the pins below it. It causes this movable armature. Move towards the inductor, and by the internal mechanism of the relay, it causes movable contact pins to hit each other. As you see, these two movable contacts. EMR relay has different types, with 4 major categories. Let's check each category. But first let me tell you their names. Single pole single throw relay or SPST. Double pole single throw relay or DPST. Single pole double throw relay or SPDT. And double pole double throw relay or DPDT. I'll analyze each of them in the following. I'll start with single pole single throw relay. This is its symbol, which consists of an inductor and a key, and the primary and secondary sides are divided with a line. This relay has 2 types, normally open and normally close relays. NO is short for normally open. Meaning, this key is normally open, and there is no connection in the secondary side. And by applying voltage to the inductor of relay, there will be connection, and current will flow in secondary side. That's why they are called normally open relay. The other one is normally close relay. And as the name represents, the key is normally closed in this relay, and pins of secondary side are connected to each other. By applying voltage to primary side of the relay, the key gets open, so there won't be any connections in secondary side, and current won't flow. This is a single pole single throw relay. Manufacturing companies usually put specifications of relays on them.
میکنن.
One of them is the maximum voltage that can be applied to primary side pins.
پایه‌های قسمت اولیه یا پایه‌های سیم پیشمون میتونیم اعمال کنیم.
It is 24 volt DC in this relay. More than this value shouldn't be applied to primary side pins,
ولتاژ بیشتری رو به پایه‌های قسمت اولیه اعمال کنیم
because it might cause the relay to burn.
رلمون بشه.
Another thing that is written on relay is voltage and current tolerance of secondary side. Secondary side of this specific relay can tolerate 5 ampere and 250 volt AC,
50 ولت AC رو میتونه قسمت ثانویه رلمون تحمل کنه.
and they shouldn't go higher than these values.
میزان ولتاژ قسمت ثانویه افزایش پیدا کنه.
These are pins of the relay.
در این قسمت شما مشاهده می‌کنید.
These two pins belong to